Hello and welcome to the PFLAG LA Podcast. It's a monthly podcast we release on the first Tuesday of every month, and we're dedicated to bridging family, friends, and allies of the queer community. I'm your host and moderator, Thomas Callahan, and we have Corey and Farah.
Hey,
How are you today?
So our mission is to provide education, resources, and to support family members in the LGBTQ plus community. Today, our guest will be Nena Hernandez, a community advocate and also mother of trans athlete AB Hernandez. But before we begin with our guest, we would like to do what we always do, which is offer a word for the day. Corey?
thanks, Thomas. I love this segment because it's always about learning and respecting the community and finding out what's important to the community and educating people. As advocacy co-chair, I love highlighting such words. And today's word or definition is gender expansive, which means recognizing that gender isn't just limited to boy or girl, and that people like ourselves or our friends, our family members deserve the freedom to express and live their gender in ways that feel true to them. One example that I can think of is a trans girl or a trans boy who wants to play sports with other girls or boys because that's where they feel that they belong. And one of our words in our previous podcast was belonging. So belonging ties into this. It's not just to make a statement, but it's just to be who you are. Hopefully, you will learn about this word and figure out ways to help the people who are going through these transitions. Gender expansive is an umbrella term. Everybody doesn't use it necessarily, but it helps describe those people who want to just be who they are. So thank you, Thomas.
Great. Thank you, Corey. And one of the other things we like to do is to highlight a community event. I was checking out the LA County Library, and all over LA County, they have some wonderful programs for families of the LGBTQ plus community. And they have a rainbow program in many of the libraries, Stevenson libraries in Whittier. They have a yoga program for kids 0 to 5, which I thought was great, a self portrait program and music programs. So that's something definitely to check out. There's a number of them happening later on in this month. And you can just go to the LA County Library website. As always, we will put it on our website, which is pflagla.org. If you have a word that you've come across or a phrase that you would like us to explain and broaden and let others know about, please let us know. If you're involved in a community event, let us know, and we will also bring it to the podcast. And our email is podcast@pflagla.org.
One additional event I wanted to bring up for this month of March is we will be tabling at a resource fair at the LA LGBT Center. So if you want to come meet us, say hi, get some resources, we'd love to see you on Saturday, March 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the LA LGBT Center.
Well, it's time to welcome our guests. Nena Hernandez, welcome to our program.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me.
So glad you could be here.
This is our second day in this week that we get to see each other, Farah.
I know. I was so happy to meet you on Friday. I was like, oh, good. We get to be face to face and chat. It was so lovely to meet you. And then also to hear your statement. Nena and I met at the CIF
The
meeting.
CIF board meeting
On Friday, and they were taking public comment. They weren't actually officially meeting about trans youth in sports, but the public comment was open to whatever people wanted to speak about. And Nena gave a beautiful statement about her experience and her daughter's experience. So thank you for sharing that. It was amazing to see. It was amazing to see everyone who spoke. It was really beautiful.
Yes. I
Yeah.
honestly, I was surprised to see so many people, but I'm glad they
Yeah.
were there. I'm glad they were there. And honestly, I let CIF know I'm not in agreement with the new pilot rule, but I'm thankful for them keeping the kids safe. I don't think people understand that going after one child, the other children get exposed too, and it affects
Right.
them. So CIF, on the safety part, they did really well to keep all the
Right.
kids safe.
Right. So thankful for that, at
Yes.
least, because it is true. I mean, all of these children are minors. Having that much exposure, it just shouldn't be the case, really. So I wanted to ask you, Because I know that AB's been playing sports forever, right? AB has been
Yes.
playing sports forever. What was the timeline of things where suddenly the focus was on her? And how did that affect you as a mother?
AB's been in sports all her life.
Right.
Soccer, softball. She's been in cheer, hip hop. She's done different activities. It wasn't until freshman year she participated in track and field.
Okay.
And she was playing or practicing with the volleyball team,
Okay.
but she wasn't part of the team yet.
Okay.
So freshman year, she was fine. Sophomore year, she was fine. It wasn't until last year, her junior year, that she started being attacked.
Right.
At first, because it started October 2024.
Okay.
And at first, I just took it as the person that's doing this is retaliating because she had been fired from the school. She was a
Okay.
PE teacher there. So I was like, okay, this lady's just upset. I didn't pay too much attention to it, but I did create an Instagram page. So she knew, like, look, my child's not alone and I'm going to support her. And it died down. It died down for a few months.
Okay.
He didn't pay attention to it. AB kept doing her thing. She has a lot of support. Her teammates are amazing. And then I believe it was February, it started up again. But this time it was a little scary because
Hmm.
I get a random call from the school. We just want you to know that AB's safe and we have extra security and admin on campus. And I'm like, I'm around the corner. I'm going to drive in. I'll see what's going on. So yeah, I pulled up. The deputy's vehicle was there and I was like, okay, this is weird. I walk in, I see all the admin, and it was to a volleyball game.
Okay.
So I walk in and the first thing I do is I go into the court when I see AB and I hugged her and I like a side hug. She's like, "Mom, something's happening." I was like, "I don't know what it is, but we'll talk up after the game. I'm here. Enjoy the game." And yeah, she did wonderful. I did notice the principal was there. At the
Hmm.
time, I didn't have much communication with her. And yeah, and everything just blew up after that.
Yeah.
Doxing, the stalking, the going onto the games. And just because it's a public event, they felt they had the right to be there and target my child and harass her and try to intimidate her. But I would just research like, okay, who's this individual? Why are they here? Where are they from? So I got to know a lot about these people, their history.
Hmm.
They've
Hmm.
been targeting trans athletes for 4 or 5 years. It's the same little circle. And Baby kept going and is still in her sports. And she's not going to stop just because of them. They already did it to other families where they bullied the children out of their sports. And that's not fair. And the families were intimidated. They didn't speak on it.
Right.
So now they're here, they're in our city with my child, not realizing I'm in the legal field. You
Right.
are violating my child's rights.
Right.
So I just need enough evidence and they're giving it to me with their patterns so I could just start restraining orders
Right.
because they have affected us.
Right. Right. Just ridiculously so. I know one of the speakers at CIF mentioned that there are only 4 trans athletes in the state of California at the moment. Is that correct?
I don't recall how many in California. I had heard there
Uh-huh.
was 10 athletes. I don't know if that's nationwide.
Okay.
But I cannot confirm.
Okay. All right. But, whatever the number, it is a small number of people that is generating widespread panic or that is being used as a target, basically.
They're being used.
Yeah,
They're
they're
being
being used.
used, and I did tell AB because my fear was AB's gonna go into a dark like place because of the pressure.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
my first thing was, don't take this personal. They're using you.
Right.
This is all political. It has nothing to do with you. I didn't know how to explain it, but that's what I saw.
Right. And you're absolutely right. It has absolutely nothing to do with AB at this point. Yeah, unfortunately, she's really cute, and I think she's become like the poster child.
No, you know what's funny is, and I'm very honest. I have struggled with the whole identity due to my own upbringing and my own beliefs. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to support my child. That doesn't mean I'm not going to learn something new. And I
Right.
think that's helped us. So when she first started coming out, I was like, "Okay, baby." I said, "I just need you to look good."
That
You
is
know?
fantastic. Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, "If this is what this is who you are,
Yeah.
I don't want people looking at you and judging you. So you're going to be classy."
Mhm.
Appearance is everything to people. And I honestly believe it affected their
Yeah.
narrative.
Mhm. Mhm.
It
Nena, I wanted to ask you because you just gave us some more insight into your belief system prior to this experience. But what surprised you most about being a parent and having to become an advocate suddenly for your child?
you know, we're stubborn people. We are very stubborn and we're stuck in our ways. So it wasn't something normal. It wasn't
Right.
something normal, but I have had friends that I've been supportive of all my life. I've been around gay people. I have lesbian friends. I have bisexual friends. And it was just different. It hit me different because it was my own child.
Right.
And I don't love her any less. It was just a little shift change of going from having a son to now having another daughter.
Oh, right. How many other daughters do you have?
I have 3 older daughters. AB's the
3.
baby.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, yes, so now you have 4 daughters.
Yes.
How has been the response from family and
AB has a lot of support at home.
Mhm. Mhm.
We love the baby. We love the
Yeah.
baby, and she's a whole lot of sass, and she's always been spoiled. Um, I do regret maybe some things I've done and said going through my journey and not understanding, and hopefully she forgives me one day because trying to change someone just because of me, because of my discomfort, it's not fair to them.
I mean, I sympathize with your feelings on that because what I want to share with people, especially through this podcast, is coming out stories are not always pretty. Uh, it's not.
They're not.
Um, they're not. And, I wish they would be beautiful stories, but they're not always pretty. We are all human. We are working with what information we have. It's misinformation often,
Yes.
but it's there, right? It's what we're pulling from. And I always say that really what's most important is what you do with this information, how you move forward. Either you grow from it or you can shrink even further and put up more barriers, which is healthy for no one.
Yes.
So,
And I just experienced that on Friday with the mom.
oh,
oh,
yeah, exactly. There was a perfect example of that, of a mom who has shrunk so far that she can't even acknowledge her child anymore.
No.
What kind of support does AB have at school with other classmates and also the administration?
You know, the administration has been amazing. They follow California law. They actually are fair to all children, not just AB. I know our principal right now, she's fairly new, but she doesn't take sides. She's just, okay, what are the concerns? How can I help you? And she's been very helpful, very supportive when it comes to like behavioral health. The students are wonderful. AB has lived in Harupa Valley all her life. She started in preschool. So she's well known. I was always a volunteer at the elementary school for all of my kids. So we're well known people here. I was part of the school site council, the district advisory committee. I'm currently one of the commissioners for the city of Harupa Valley. So it's like AB hasn't had that backlash that you see within our community. It's
Mhm.
the outsiders that came in and they made it very exaggerated and it's just too extreme,
Right.
oh,
but it's not here.
Right. And I wanted to ask of your experience. I know you're strongly Catholic. I was raised Catholic myself, so I have a lot of that in me. But in terms of your faith leader, say your priest at your church, like, Have you felt the support there in terms
Yes.
of yes.
Yes.
If you could speak a bit on that even.
Okay, so he decided he didn't want to do any news outlets or anything, but he was wonderful. He actually was very supportive. He asked me, "What was your child's name at birth?" I told him. "What does your child identify as?" She. "What does she go by now?" AB. Okay. So AB is welcome to come back when she's ready. He was happy to hear that AB wants to finish her confirmation, which was my fault for pulling away because I was scared. I was scared of them not accepting my child, and he was amazing. The
Yeah.
priest was very, very supportive. He even said, if anyone has an issue with AB, all we do is make it a private setting for her so she could feel safe. And it amazed me. It surprised me. Yeah. So we haven't gone back to her confirmation classes because of volleyball and it was interfering with the schedule, but hopefully soon we'll finish that.
Right. That's amazing. And hearing that story, I met another woman, and she was talking about how when she was younger and she first transitioned, her faith leader, her pastor, was very much like, Shannon is a member of our community. If anyone has any issues, come to me.
Awesome.
You will have to go through me. And I look to those because I'm like, oh, there are faith leaders out there who are very much supportive and believe in the whole idea of love one another as I have loved you, which
Yes.
is it's a central tenet of Christianity. That
Yes.
I think a lot of other faith leaders, I guess the louder ones, seem to have forgotten.
Seeing everything right now that we're in the spotlight,
Mhm.
those loud ones, they're
Mhm.
doing it for the wrong reasons. They're doing it for power. I've heard through other people that have been part of those churches, they encourage politics. They sit there and do illegal stuff. They're not supposed to be telling people who to vote for or have ballots at the church.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
That's they're doing things they're not supposed to for power.
Right.
Money,
Right.
money
Yeah.
controls a lot. So
Yes.
that's the difference. The priest gave me comfort
Mhm.
when I let him know, look, this is what I'm facing.
Mhm.
This is going nationwide, worldwide. They're calling me a demon for supporting my
Right.
child. And he told me, no, you just know how to love. And that to me was so beautiful. I was like, okay. Like I feel I'm doing the right thing.
Right. 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 And
And
what
it
amazing words. Like,
yes.
yeah.
So it felt good.
Nena, I was going to ask you, I think this just puts you in a, not just a mother role, but another responsibility because you have a big voice with who you are, even in your professional life. So, speaking to parents who maybe haven't even experienced this yet, but they may one day, how could you advise them as far as like being prepared for this? What misconceptions did you have to unlearn, for example, that maybe could teach another parent that's going to face this one day?
Oh my gosh, I've been learning so much. I'm like embarrassed of how ignorant we are. I just I hope they can open their minds and they can open their hearts to learning something new. For instance, I'm going to give you an example of how how, how naive I have been. And it's embarrassing, but they start putting pride flags in our schools and around campuses. And what is the first thing people start saying? They're trying to make our kids gay.
Oh my gosh.
So it stuck to me. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to
Uh-huh,
sit here
uh-huh.
and lie. That was me. Like, why? Why are they putting these flags in our classrooms, at our schools, on campuses? Why? Like, we're in the United States of America, so that flag's okay. We're in California, so that flag's okay. But
Hmm.
are they really trying to push that on our kids? That's so dumb of me. So now that I'm learning, now I know it's for inclusion. It's for the kids to feel this is a safe place. Each color has their own meaning behind it. I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
just went by what I heard.
Right, right.
So, yeah, let's not be scared of learning something new and let's be open-minded and open our hearts. There's too much hate out there for no reason. No
For no
reason other
reason.
than we're not educating ourselves enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fear-based.
It is. So, I'm going to give you guys a little secret. I have
Mhm,
my personal Instagram page,
mhm,
and then I have that other page I created. And I did that to keep these people away from my family and from my friends.
mhm,
But I follow different people. So on this one, it's a lot of support for the LGBTQ community. And this one, it's a lot of right wings, influencers and stuff. And I see it. I see the difference. I see
Yeah.
that they're not educated. They spread fear, misleading information. Now I laugh at it. I'm like, dude, I was that dumb. I was that ignorant. And I think it was during the fall, I saw this lady, I'm not going to say her name, but she was posting about books. Oh my gosh, look at these books. Look at what they're teaching our children. And this is disgusting behavior. And this is what they're trying to push on our kids. And then there goes my little head, the way I used to think.
Yeah.
Why are they trying to take their innocence away? Why are they so disgusting? Like, this is perverted. But then I go to my other page and they're like showing us literally that these books are not being accessed by kids unless they're 18, where they're placed in a shelf up high in the back of a certain area. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
we are so manipulated.
Yeah.
We are so manipulated and they poison us and they spread so much hate and misleading information. And honestly, it's helped me a lot to compare what they want us to see and hear versus reality.
Right. It's a very edited narrative, and it feeds into the fears or the unknowing.
Yes.
Because I get it. It's hard to know everything.
It is.
Right? Like, we're human. We only have so much capacity. But if you're only getting a very edited narrative, like I mentioned,
Yeah, but
yeah,
that's
it's
what
not the
creates our
truth
division.
anymore. Right,
That's what's creating
exactly.
so much, and
Yeah,
I just hope people keep learning and actually try.
Right.
right. And it's amazing how much just like a little effort can go a long way, right? Like it
Yes.
doesn't take much.
It
We all
doesn't.
have Google at our fingertips
No.
at
No,
this
but we're
point.
we're so used to, oh, whatever they said it goes. And we just
Right,
jump on that wagon. No,
right.
we
It's
shouldn't be
easier.
like that.
It's convenient. Because we're so busy with life and all the things, it's convenient just to have it fed to us.
Yes. And it's not like we're sitting here. If it's not something we're dealing with or even interested in, we're not going to take the time out of our day to be like, okay, today I'm going to focus on this topic. I don't. I'm
Right.
like busy doing other things. But
You have
now it's
4
like,
babies to raise.
you know,
Or
they're older now. So,
okay, all right.
but I have been busy with sports and,
Right.
the
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to miss it now.
Yeah. Oh, it's
But
true
yeah.
because it's AB's senior year. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. How has that all been? Because it's a lot of like senior celebrations and acknowledgments and things like that.
So
Yeah. How
far,
has it been for
it's
you?
been good. We have done senior pictures already. We have ordered the cap and gown, the tassel. We're waiting for grad night. She's still undecided about the prom dress.
Oh.
Yeah,
Does she
so
have some selections?
she wants it custom made. My kids are
Oh my
special.
goodness.
They don't like using the same thing everybody's using.
I love my kids are special. That is such, yeah. That is a great, just I get it all from there.
That same dress is going to be used by 3 other girls. Nope, I'm not going to do it. So they get custom work done.
Nena, with all the fear that's being spread, and the doubts and the manipulation, what gives you hope on those hard days? Those days that you have already gone through, what gave you hope and what gives you hope going forward?
You know, I'm a tough cookie.
I can tell.
Life has beat me up. So we were raised in the 90s, right? So the 90s, what was it? And I'm not saying I've ever been a gang member, but we have that gangster mentality.
Yes.
We have that. We're big on loyalty. We're big on respect. And we don't back down.
Good.
We don't back down. And my kids have that. My kids have that. And it did get hard. It did get hard for a while because my office was doxxed. I turned in my office financially. I've been struggling,
Mhm.
but I'm getting by. And what helps me is that as long as AB's okay, I'm okay.
You're okay. Yeah.
Recently, in November, I was like, okay, because I'm not just dealing with this, I'm dealing with other stuff, other issues. And I was just like, okay, AB, where do you want to go? What do you mean? Where do you want to go? I was like, I need to get out of here. I can't do one more season of this. I can't. It was just too much on me. So before we start the new season, let's go. Let's go recharge. Let's get away. So AB chose New York. I was
Nice.
like, okay. So after New York, where do you want to go? What do you mean? I'm not coming back after New York. Where do you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Cancun. AB loves the beach, loves the water, loves tanning. And then I was like, okay, I'll do those 2 trips for you. And I need to go visit my parents' gravesites. So we ended up going to Jalisco. I was able to spend time with my dad's side of the family. One of my
Mhm.
friends got married out there. So I think we were gone for a little bit over 2 weeks.
Wow.
But
Nice.
I came back and just clear. Like,
Uh-huh.
okay, bring it. I'm ready for you guys.
Right. Right.
So it was good and I'm ready. I'm ready
Right.
I believe that they're going to go harder because it's election year.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm ready.
Right. It's so important to ground yourself that way. First, just vacationing, seeing new places, but then also to visit with family, just spend some quality time with the people who love you and probably know you the most.
Yes, and it was beautiful. Like our family is very traditional.
Hmm.
They saw AB, they hugged her, like, baby, we support you. We've seen you all over the news. Like, you're beautiful. Look at you. And that felt good. That felt good too. The family is not excluding my baby at all.
Right.
So
I mean, and it sounds like the whole community is really supportive.
they're very supportive. We've had just a few people
Right.
recently,
Okay.
but to us, it's money motivated.
Yeah.
Money motivated retaliation because people don't know this, but one of those moms and I already had our previous issues.
Ah,
So we're like, it's
it just
it's
rolled on
nothing.
into this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I actually
Well,
saw her at the CIF meeting. I was like,
Oh.
oh, there she is. And it's
You.
funny because it's all a made up narrative.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
sad that you have
Yeah.
to jump on this little whatever you want to call it to attack a kid and make false allegations to get your 5 minutes of fame because you're mad at me because I stood up
Right.
to you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so clear at that point because it feels like we've had sort of similar school district experiences because I was the mom who volunteered and did all these things. Like I know that. And I know that there's always going to be moms you don't get along with for whatever reason. You have some issues. And to me, it sounds like whatever issue with this particular mom, if she weren't able to jump on the bandwagon here on this issue, it would have been some other issue between you two because it was more
Oh
it's about
yeah.
having that conflict. It's not about
Yes.
right?
She always wants to be right. She's that control freak
Mhm.
and they're bullies.
Right.
And I've always been the person that like, no, you're not going to bully this person. I'm supportive of all the girls, all the athletes. And I've had to step in and be like, look, girls, like if you have an issue, please bring it up. Hey, parents, support your children. And this is before everything happened with AB.
Right.
So to me, it's like, you're just upset and you just want to keep going, keep going. You're wasting your time.
Right. But they're getting press and limelight, and it's what certain people chase.
Yes. No, and you can tell because I've watched like the Fox News interviews. And if your daughter is literally saying, I support AB, I support her as she's identifying, I don't have a problem with her. And then boom, pops in the mom like, oh, no. This is what it really is. Ugh, you can't make it any more obvious.
Right. Right.
You know,
Wow.
it's not the kids, it's the parents being a negative influence and wanting their 5 minutes of fame.
Right. Absolutely.
You hit the nail on the head. You're tough, you're resilient, you got that tough, I can take anything. And that's something that we all have to learn from each other, learn from you. I learned a lot today. I'm not a parent, but I can't imagine being put in that situation where I may have had thoughts or ideas of something before, and now I have to change how I think because this is my child and I'm going to love my child regardless. So you've shown that today. And I think that's admirable. And I think you can teach a lot of people a lot of things. So I hope you use your voice and take this as a responsibility even beyond your family because we need people like you. Yeah.
You know, that's one thing that I hope for. I've been a little slow on being more outspoken because I have, like I
Yeah.
said, I have other things going on. But I did tell AB, I was like, baby, you are going to save lives. And I don't think she understood at the time. But now people reaching out to her and her being so big without even trying, you know,
Right.
she sees it.
It really was thrust upon you guys. Like, you didn't ask for this. It
No,
wasn't any, yeah.
no.
You were just living your lives.
Yes. And we're very introverted. We are like homebodies.
Right.
You know, when we do get out, we are the life of the party.
Right.
But this isn't what we asked for. But
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad because these other families that were bullied and intimidated and pushed away and like, no, they
Right.
came to us and we're like, we didn't ask for it, but here we go.
But bring it.
You wanted this? Bring it. You know, we're gonna push.
Yeah.
You know, we're not gonna be bullied. And I
Right.
think that does help a lot and it helps the community, just like I had a dad on Friday. He came up to me and he told me, you set a platform for us. Well, good. Take advantage and let's go big. Let's go
Right.
big. And now we're in contact and we're not backing down.
Right.
It's
Good.
not just about our kids. It's a whole community and everybody that's hiding and everybody that's scared. All the parents that are worried about what ifs or what are they going to say? Who cares what they're going to say?
Yeah.
I had a coach this weekend. Okay, guys, I'm going to get a little ghetto, a little blunt here. So he said, you know, in the middle of a conversation, I don't remember his exact words, but I did tell him, I don't care what people
Yeah.
have to say or think about me or, you know, what we're going through. I said, they don't pay my mortgage. They don't pay my bills. And they're not, you know, like, so they just need to mind their own business. And I walked
Right.
away with my little nachos. I was like, and he was laughing like, dang, she does not care. No, I don't.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
There's a freedom in that. There's a freedom in that. And that's where we need to begin, the freedom to be, the freedom to express, and the freedom, as you're doing, to go back to people and say, no, unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. How is my kid participating in sports affecting you? It's not. You would literally have to sit there and point out who the cis girls are. You point, circle. You should be embarrassed because now you're exposing that kid. You're saying that she's more masculine than my child.
Right.
She's going to be bullied. They don't think.
Yeah. They don't think
They
of
don't
what the
think.
ramifications are.
No.
So thank you. Thank AB for rising to the occasion because it's very public at this point. They really just thrust you into the spotlight. But I appreciate what you guys have done, how you've carried yourselves.
Mm.
Oh, Who do we have? Can we say hello?
Say hello.
Hi. You don't have to say hello. It's like, hi. How are you today?
Good.
Sorry.
A quick hello.
I know, a quick hello. I always like embarrassing kids. I'm that mom where I'm like, hey, what's going on? Nice to see you.
why
Sorry.
Yeah, so you guys
Yeah.
got to see Amy.
I know, I got a little hello. But yes, anyway, as I was saying, thank you so much for rising to the occasion. And really, you guys are an example of what a healthy parent-child relationship is in whatever the situation or dynamic. It's just beautiful to see you guys loving all over each other and supporting each other and seeing how much joy AB clearly feels
Yes.
and is so comfortable in her skin.
Yes.
It's really beautiful to see. So thank you.
And
Yeah.
I honestly, I love that for her. I love that for her. I love that, like I told her, I love that you're doing it at a young age to come out and be yourself and you're, true to yourself versus adults that don't have the courage to do so.
Right.
And imagine living, you only have one life, living your life hidden and unhappy
Right.
versus I see my baby and
Yeah.
she's like, doo-doo-doo, like all glowing and
Yes, I feel like all the footage I've seen of her, she's just kind of like bouncing around. She's like skipping and like, hey,
yes,
like
and
this
you
is
know that
fantastic.
she has so many friends and a lot of
Yeah.
the athletes, they love AB.
Right.
So I love that for her. I love that for her.
Yeah.
I love the kids, the parents, the coaches, it's not what people put out there. It really
Right.
isn't.
Right.
So that's comforting too.
Yeah.
Because I was scared. I did let AB know at the beginning, like, life is hard and this is gonna make it so much harder. And I was so scared. And now I'm like, good. Because kids need to see this so they're comfortable living in their own skin, being who they are. So I support her. I support it.
Right.
Like, go, because you're getting a pathway ready for the rest of the kids.
Right. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, she's had to deal with a lot of the harassment,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
threats or whatever. But the positive is hopefully it saves lives, families, there's bonding, they feel
Right.
safe being
Right.
out in the public. And yeah.
And brings real joy. You can't fake joy.
no.
Honestly, right? You can see it in your relationship and then even just AB as everything she's doing. So it's fantastic. It's so wonderful to see.
It is. And hopefully other people see and
Right.
they're able to have that same joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here today. Thank you for opening up your family and your heart to us. We really appreciate that. And so many people I know will appreciate that when they see this podcast.
They will. Yeah.
I hope so.
Thank you.
And thank you for
Yeah.
reaching out.
We release the first Tuesday of every month. We're on all the platforms. We're on Spotify, YouTube. You can go to the PFLAG.org website as well for the podcast. We got all these people behind the scenes who do wonderful things,
We
Jethro
do.
and Maddie and Anthony, who just help us out and get us to the point that we can bring this to people. And we do appreciate that.
We greatly
Nice. Well,
appreciate
keep
it.
up the good work and let's get louder.
Let's get
Okay.
louder.
Yes, let's get
Woo!
louder.
Okay. Love
All
it.
right. Well, until
right.
next month, be good to yourself and be good to each other.